IONIQ Information.
Hello, so I'm about to leave the Hyundai IONIQ Electric for about 4.5 days at an airport car park, and sometimes with some electric cars, because of the way that the 12-volt battery is charged, it can be a bit of a problem coming back to it. Like with any car, if you leave it for some time, but the car might not start. So we'll just have a look at the state of the Hyundai IONIQ Electric right now, and then we'll come back to it in 4.5 days time and see if it starts and everything is okay. Okay, so as you can see, we're leaving the car with 85% battery, estimated 143 mile range, and there's nothing plugged in to the USB port either, as we're leaving it for a few days. Okay, so here we are about to set off. So it's 4.5 days and we're back at the airport and heading now to see if the IONIQ, which has been left for the longest time sitting without being started since we first got the Hyundai IONIQ Electric, let's see if the battery saver has done its job and kept the 12-volt battery alive so that we can start up the car and get home. Okay, so we're back at the IONIQ after leaving it for 4.5 days, and let's turn the camera around and see what happens as we try and get in. Okay, so here we are walking towards the car. The side mirror should come out. That's a good sign. And yes, unlocking. Taking the rather large bag off my shoulder. Okay, now I do expect it to say about the auxiliary battery saver having been used here, because it's been sat for a few days. But hopefully, pop foot on the brake. Foot on the brake and start. Let's see what happens. Okay, so all fine. Now will it give us this auxiliary battery saver use notice? No. So that is interesting. I would have thought it would have been, having sat here for several days, but no, it didn't. Either it didn't need to, or it just didn't activate. Let's see what we've got in terms of range. So I think we left it with 84%, and it seems to say 85 now. I'll have to check that by looking back at the footage. But yeah, lights and so on, all working. Everything fine, so yeah, no issue at all. Let's just go home. So that was a bit of a non-result, but I should explain a bit more clearly what I was expecting to see here. So in most electric cars, most that I'm aware of, the 12-volt battery that keeps the auxiliary electronics on and enables you to unlock the car, start the car, makes the contact with the main high-voltage battery, that's the main energy store for the car. In most electric cars, I know this doesn't actually charge the same way as it would, say, in a petrol or diesel car, where it's being charged continuously each time you drive it. In an electric car, it charges only when the car is charged to a certain percentage, typically 100%, when the battery cells are being balanced by the car's battery management system. And so the 12-volt battery, you can't really expect it to be charging that often, so it might not always be at the state it needs to be in to function properly. So especially when you leave it, it might not actually have been charged for a long time, if you haven't charged the car fully and so on. So you might expect it to have a few problems if you leave it, if there isn't a system in place like there is in the Hyundai IONIQ Electric, which keeps it alive by periodically topping it up. So there is a setting, and if you see on the screen here, I did check that I had this setting switched on, called the Auxiliary Battery Saver Plus, which I've mentioned in videos before. I had this on, but it didn't seem to do anything, even after leaving the car 4.5 days. So there might be a number of reasons why this happened. I didn't have the USB stick-in, which in the manual for the Hyundai IONIQ Electric says might be a bit of a drain on things, might cause some problems. It might be that I charged it to 100% this time, just the morning before actually I set off, so maybe the 12-volt battery charged then and didn't need a top-up. May have been something went wrong, may have been it didn't need it. It might be that something's going to happen in future, because the 12-volt battery is now not where it should be. So I'll leave this video up, even though it's a bit of a non-result. But yeah, do let me know. Have you had any issues with the 12-volt battery in your Hyundai IONIQ Electric? Or other models in the Hyundai IONIQ range? I know that the hybrid perhaps doesn't even have the 12-volt battery in it. Just mention in the comments below. And for anyone wondering where I was on the 4.5 days in the middle of this trip, it was to Oslo, Norway again. So I'm going to include a bit of bonus footage at the end here of this video, just spotting a few more electric cars of the many you see in Oslo, Norway. So I'll just play that out with some music now. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and we'll see you in the next video soon. Okay, bye now.